Hi everybody, it's Carol with Refunction Crafts, and boy do I have some videos coming up for you guys. Oh my word. This is not the lantern. I know I keep putting that poor little lantern off, but I did want to tell you guys, and I'm going to put some pictures up at the end of this video real quick. They are selling some really pretty lanterns over at the Dollar Tree for $5. And they are about the same size as this lantern that I'm going to be doing. They're not quite as nice as this lantern. Not nearly as nice, because this one that Cindy sent me is metal and has glass plates on the inside for, you know, the windows and all that stuff. But the ones over at the Dollar Tree are plastic, but they look really cool. And I will again show you the pictures. They have white, black, and then almost like a wooden looking lantern. So they're really very, very nice. And they might be fun if you guys want to make a lantern after I do my lantern video. So that was number one that I want to tell you. Number two is I want to make sure, please guys, give me the thumbs ups and give me those comments. It really, really, really helps me. And I appreciate that you guys take the extra time to do that. It really does help me a lot. So thanks to everybody who's been making comments and also letting me know, you know, kind of giving me some tips and tricks and trying to get me to talk less. And that's okay, you guys. It's okay, because I do tend to talk too much sometimes, and so I need to dial that back a little bit. Also, I want to say thank you to my beautiful friend Sherry, who sent me this gorgeous desk lamp that I'm able to use now, and I can adjust it and position it. Thank you, Sherry. I love it. It is perfect. And it's adding some light to my table, and the thing I love most about it is that I can adjust it and put it in different spots to de-shadow some of the places on my work surface. And it's a clip-on lamp, you guys. I think any one of you would absolutely love it to clip onto your workspace and use to light up your space a little bit better. It's really, really amazing, and it's small and convenient and all of that. So you see, I can just move it around and adjust and twist it and whatever I need to do to make it serve the purpose. And it's providing a much better light on my surface, along with the one that I've got off to the other side. Next, I wanted to say I did go to the Dollar Tree, and I was able to find some pink compact mirrors, so I did find those. I'm going to do some pink ones. I've only bought 2 of those. I want to say thank you so much to my sweet, sweet, sweet new friend, Ruth Craft, and she sent me some of her lace. She heard that I was low on it, and so she sent me some of a piece of her lace, and I love this lace, you guys. It's one of my favorites. I like this one, and there's another one that's similar to this that I love as well, but I particularly like the color of the ribbon flowers in this lace itself. And so thank you so much, my friend Ruth. I appreciate you very much, and it was very, very kind of you to send me a piece of your lace. I will definitely be using it very soon. The other thing that I bought at the Dollar Tree, well, we'll get started on these in a minute. I got, they had these little, oh, what did I do with the last piece? I didn't grab it. Hold on, guys. I'm just going to grab it real fast. I think I did, but I think it might have slipped off my table. I'm not going to look for it. I've got it right here. They had these little tiny little birdhouse pieces, and they're so darn cute, you guys. This is Dollar Tree, $1.25 for the birdhouses, and then they have as always their little decorative pieces that you can oh, you know what, I have one more piece that's not here. I don't know what I did. I grabbed a couple of things and not the others. And I know I did because they're missing from my bag. So I don't know. I just must have sat them in a different spot. Anyway, they have these plaques here. And so I grabbed, initially what I did was I grabbed the plaque and I put that on there, and I thought, oh my goodness, is that the cutest thing ever for a wall hanging? And then I took it a step further and I thought, well, what would that look like if I put the plaque over top of one of these decorative frames? And I liked it even better. Look at that. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. And imagine once it's decorated. Well, then I also found they have these picture frames. I'm going to paint this white. They just have the gold ones, or at least my Dollar Tree only had the gold ones. And this fits just inside of the opening piece of the frame. But once I paint everything white, I'm going to try one in this as well. So we are going to be doing a couple of videos on those, you guys, and I think they're going to be amazing. I love those. I bought like 4 sets of them, 2 of the picture frame and 2 of the decorative frames. And then I got 4 of the houses and 4 of the plaques. And I just bought the same plaques for all of them. I didn't get the different shapes and stuff. And then I also recently purchased some stuff from Temu. And, you know, since I've been doing so much resin stuff, you guys, I found these. And I'm super excited to try them out. It doesn't look like much of anything except for maybe some crumpled up toilet paper. But these are little foam bits, and they look like clouds. And I thought, you know, and you could break them up smaller and turn them into smaller clouds if you want to do a smaller piece. So I bought a set of these, and I'm going to be using them in resin. They were inexpensive, and I'm super excited to use them. So I thought what I could do is, if I decide I'm going to make some small pieces, like I thought maybe I could make something like in one of these molds that Sherry sent me, and use the clouds and maybe some birds or tiny butterflies or whatever, and make a little scene. I thought that would be so pretty. And then I also got some earrings and stuff. I bought these dangle earrings. Aren't those gorgeous, you guys? And I might be using one of these today. But I also bought, I need one red earring. So I also bought these, and these are super cute too. These are just little red bows. Super duper cute. So I've got those red ones, and then I got these purple. I got a bunch of different ones, but I also got these purple ones. And I thought these were really pretty and might be more delicate to use in something, so I got that, and I am doing a purple piece today. Also today we will be using some of the pieces that my friend Melba sent me, because I realized after I had made some of these actually are awesome for these night lights. So we will be using some of those. And I also want to say I got this trim, this lace trim, and somebody sent it to me, and I don't know who it was, you guys. So if you are the person who sent me this trim, I love this trim because it can be used for so many things, and it's always pretty, and you can dress it up by adding little flowers to it, or pearls, or rhinestones, whatever you want to do to kind of dress it up more, or just use it plain the way it is. And it's always useful in any project that you want to use it in. So whoever sent this to me, please let me know who you are so I can properly thank you. So I've got that. And then real quick, my friend Melba sent me another box, and I showed you some of the stuff too from Deanna because she sent me a box as well, but I want to show you a couple of things that Melba sent me. that I'm super excited about. She sent me this. You guys will probably remember I did a violin box a while back. She sent me this one. And so I get to do another one, and I'm super excited. And look at this teardrop pendant. I can't wait to use that on something as well. But that's the lid, and isn't that gorgeous, you guys? I cannot wait to do that. I loved the first one that I did. I sold it pretty much right away after I made it, and so I'm super excited to do another one. She also sent me these, and I know Temu has these. These are trims, and if you can kind of see them, they look like they have burnt edges. Like this one has music notes on it. And then this one is butterflies. And then this one is like a tape measure. Super cute. These are going to get used for sure. These are great for decorating boxes and things like that, for the edges of them. And then there's this one, which is newspapers. And I've seen these on Temu, so I'm going to say that's probably where she got them. I'm going to look up the link so that I can get that for you guys. The other thing that Melba sent me, look at this, is this heart box. I love it. And there's a bunch of stuff in here. Great stuff in here. Some earrings and a little heart glass pendant. And a beautiful cameo. Isn't that gorgeous? And then some more of my little porcelain flowers. Melba, thank you so very much, my friend. You always just send me such beautiful stuff, and I appreciate you. Melba and I go way back in our crafting lives, starting with Happy Bird's Glitter Nest, and we have just become really good friends. She's a dear lady, and I just adore her, and she sends me stuff all the time. She sent me these beautiful gold bows. Aren't those awesome? So I am thrilled, you guys. I got so much stuff. She sent me a mold, and I cannot even tell you what this mold looks like. I'm gonna say it's got flowers in the mold itself. So once I do one, I will show it to you guys. We may do a video on this because I did get my 2-part resin as well. So we're going to be doing some 2-part resin videos so that I can show you guys how to mix your colors and add colors to your resin. The 2-part resin is much easier to work with. She sent me this, which has some feathers and some leaves, or actually I think these are all leaves, and stuff that I can create some leaves and things with. So that's another mold that she sent me. And she sent me this beautiful, beautiful piece of lace. Look at that. Is that not gorgeous? It's just beautiful. I can't wait to use that on something. And the sweet person that she is, she was paying attention to me when I said I wanted to collect my scissors. She sent me these 2 pairs of decorative scissors. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I love them, and I love the size of them. They're easy to work with, and that's amazing. I will use them. And it's nice to have pretty scissors that I can use in some of my videos. So thank you, Melba. Thank you, thank you. I'm so excited, and I'm so blessed to have friends like Melba, and everyone has just been so amazing to me. And just so that you guys know, my prayer warriors, please, 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 pray for my husband, Jeff. Jeff, the reason that I got behind yet again, when I promised I wouldn't, my husband had a stroke a week ago last Saturday, and so it's been almost 2 weeks since his stroke. And so he was in the ICU for a few days and lost his ability to speak well. He was actually, thank God it happened in the morning, first thing when we woke up. He had been up actually for about a half an hour, and I got up and noticed he was, we were doing a couple of things, and he was standing at the kitchen counter and just kind of staring off into space. So this is something to watch for, you guys. I'm just saying, you know, if this can help anybody, great. He was staring off into space, and I asked him if he was okay. And he said, he looked at me and he said, something's very wrong. Something's just not right. And then all of a sudden, gibberish just started coming out of his mouth. He was trying to say words, but they were not coming out as words. It was just sounds. And so I sat him on the chair in the living room and started asking him questions while I called 911, because having worked in healthcare for a long time, about 40 years, I knew the signs of a stroke, and so I had 911 on the phone, and I asked him my name. He couldn't say my name. He said something to the effect of, he actually used words though at this point. He said his workers didn't understand him. And then, you know, everything I asked him after that, I was getting gibberish. Well, then he started to kind of come around and say and speak normally, somewhat normally. And so the 911 operator, big mistake, told me to not worry about calling an ambulance, just put him in the car and take him to the ER. So that's what I did. I put him in my car very quickly. I got dressed, put him in my car, got him down to the ER. And so all of this happened within an hour. And you guys, I cannot say enough good things about how Kaiser in Riverside handled my husband when he came in the door. They literally had him in getting a CAT scan within 5 minutes of us walking in the door. 5 minutes, you guys, and that is not an exaggeration. They asked him a couple of questions and said, okay, get him to CT. So we did that. Okay, I gotta go grab some. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. I had to go. I had the guy delivering the oxygen tank. Okay, I don't know where I was at because I was going through instructions and all that stuff, but other thing I wanted to show you guys, and we're going to be doing a video on these, and so I want to give you guys a heads up on this one, because if you want to, if you think they're adorable, as I do, you might want to get some stuff ahead of time so that you're ready to make some of these, or one of these, whatever, when you see the video. Because if you're anything like me, as soon as I saw the video, I was wishing that I had the stuff to make one right then and there, because oh my gosh, look at these babies. They are so adorable. I made these little puppies out of pipe cleaners. Are they not the most adorable things ever? Look at them. Oh my word. Look at those faces. How could you not love those? This one looks like my little puppy Chloe that we lost. The last puppy that we lost about 1.5 years ago. So cute. She was a little Maltesang. And this looks just like her when she had a fresh haircut. So I used to call her pigtails because her ears looked like little pigtails. And then this one, I don't know what kind of dog he really is, but he's a little mutt, and he's super cute. I wanted to see how it would be to combine colors, and so I added some dark brown in with the beige, And then I've got some gray and some white and some other colors coming that I ordered because I want to do a little, I want to try, I don't know how good I'm going to be at it, and do a little schnauzer, because my friend has a little schnauzer and she's so beautiful. And it's a lady that comes into the store that I work at, and she brings her little schnauzer with her on her little walks, and so they come and visit me almost every night that I work. They stop by and have a visit with me. So her little schnauzer's name is Sasha, and so cute. So I want to make a schnauzer. So those are cute. So I am going to be doing a video on these, you guys. It's going to be a must-see. Going to be a viral video. Let's make it viral. That's what I'm talking about. So anyway, that's that, and we are going to go ahead and get started on this project. These are, I know I showed you guys, these are the pipe cleaners that I used on those puppy dogs. They're big and thick, super cool, and I will put a link on this video for the pipe cleaners, the noses, and the eyes. So yeah, if they go over really well, what I might end up doing is maybe even I don't know, it'd be kind of a pain to do it. I'm not sure, but I was thinking about maybe doing some kind of kits or something to give, you know, people a chance to have all of the materials they need to make a puppy. So yeah. Anyway, so this is what we're going to be doing today. We are doing Nightlights. I found these Nightlights at the Dollar Tree. They had this kind, and my friend Sherry had made a square one and sent me a picture of it, and she said, oh, these are Dollar Tree Nightlights, and you can see the plastic piece that is on top. And so these are nice because they're white bases, and there's nothing on this part. These ones came on they all had this pink piece here for the plug, and then some of them had, and it was an ugly color, I can't remember what color it was, but they also have images on them. These were little princess ones. I'm trying to see, I thought I had brought one of the, oh here, the round ones were princess Nightlights, and so just like that. I mean, you could even take and do one of these princess ones and just embellish it and make it even prettier. If you know somebody, a little girl that's into princesses, you know. They were all the same one. They were all the Cinderella ones. But what I did was I sanded off the images so that I could do them my way. And so these are some of the ones that I have already made, and I can't light them up here, you guys, because they have to be plugged in to light up. These round ones have the on-off switch, and that's the first one that I made. And I added one of my butterflies to it and some of my decals, and I actually resined over the top of this to make it all nice and shiny and even and all that good stuff. So there's the first one that I made. And let me put that over here in this box. And then I made this one. You guys, this is my favorite one so far. It is so beautiful. Oh my goodness. Let me get the chain moved here. So this is the second one that I made. Look at that, you guys. It is so gorgeous. Look at that. I mean, that is just beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And so this one was in the red flowers. And I actually got some of these rub-on decals, and they came in a few different styles, a few different colors, I should say. But you can see, like, this purple one is way bigger than the red ones. The red ones were smaller, and this size is perfect. They came in a package with the red, purple, blue, and I want to say there was pink ones too, but I don't see them. And I might have just put the piece that had those on it somewhere else, and that's why I don't know where they're at. And then there's the blue, but the flowers are just gorgeous on these decals. I can still use these. They just will have to be cut down quite a bit compared to these. As you can see, this one fits on here perfectly. I cut maybe a 1/4 of an inch off the edge, between like 1/8 of an inch on each side, and it was perfect. And then of course I just you know, cut it right down to the bottom of the hanging leaves and stuff. So we're gonna do this one today, and then these you would have to literally cut, you know, some of the flowers out or do whatever you want to do with them. But you could really do something pretty like this. You could take and you could cut maybe around some of these flowers here, and then just cut it to the length and do, you know, something else in the blank spots. So that's something we can do. And then I used one of the purple ones. We're going to do that on one of the round ones, and that's how I cut that one out. So beautiful, beautiful. So this was the second one I did. I showed you that one. This one I made in the red, white, and blue, and I added one of my little flag butterflies to it, and look at how gorgeous that is. And I will put pictures of them lit up on the back end of this video. But you guys, whenever you have something that is lit up, the pictures don't do them justice. It's hard to get good pictures of that. So I'm just letting you know. These ones were a little easier to get, the round ones. These have a regular white light in them. The square ones have a blue light. So just so that you know that. But when they're lit up, they look beautiful in a room. And when they're not lit up, they look beautiful too. So this is another one that I did. I used a dragonfly on this one. And I added some glass glitter to this one as well. So you can see it's glittery too. So there's that one. And then I did this little square one. Look at how super cute that is. No butterfly on this one. But what I could have done, I don't know what I did with it. I had a little butterfly here. A little blue one. Oh my goodness, I'm going to be so mad at myself. Oh, here it is. I could have taken something like, here's a little blue one that I made. I found these little blue and white floral butterflies, and one of those would be pretty, just sort of coming off of the flowers there. So, or, you know, you could put it like right here on the little light thing. Or you could, you know, just wherever. You could add that butterfly anywhere you want and just dress it up a little bit more. So I do like having the butterflies and the dragonflies on these. It really is very pretty. Let me put, well, you guys can probably see. No, you can't. Let's see. I'm just going to grab a piece of white paper here. So you can kind of see how pretty that is. And this one's got glass glitter as well. And I used some of my porcelain flowers on here. And then, let's see. Here's this one with the white background. Look at that. You guys, they're just gorgeous. And then I have a couple of videos of these that I made as well. Just so that you could see them, you know, in sort of another light. But they're all beautiful. These are, I mean, of course I used my rhinestones and pearls and stuff on them, and I'm so impressed, and I really feel like I want to go get some more of these so that I can, you know, do a whole bunch of them and get them in my shop, because I really think they're going to be good sellers. And then this, I painted these white. They're not perfectly painted. You can see a little bit of the paint, the pink popping through there, but I did my best, you guys. So, and I was thinking I might be able to use this butterfly here. I'm going to use this purple one with the purple flowers. I don't know where I'll put it. I haven't decided that yet, but you know, so I will use this purple one somewhere. And then I'm also going to use this on the square one. So we're going to use that there. And I was thinking that I might try and go with, well, I feel like that's kind of big, but I don't know. Once it's all said and done, it might look very, very pretty on there. Or we could use this on the back of this one and, you know, have a little bit different look. That looks very beautiful. And once you put the rhinestones and stuff on them, it's a whole new ball game. And these are some that I've already started. Look at this one. Super duper cute. And I'm sort of in the process of decorating these. I might as well show them to you real quick. Here's another one. And I've got this one. And yeah, you can see this one's got the pink flowers. So I need to find the pink flowers. Look at how gorgeous that one is. Super gorgeous. So, got those that I'm working on. And I also have some pretty earrings that I bought from Temu because I needed some more dangles and stuff. So I did get some more. Robin, you got me hooked on these earrings. I just love them. Look at this. Beautiful, beautiful earrings. And then these red ones, and I think I might have already shown them to you. I don't know. And then the little purple ones, and then I, of course, have some more of my little flowers as well. Okay, so let's get going here, you guys, so that we can get this video underway. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to put our image or decals on. So I'm going to have to cut the edges. So probably just like right there on each side. I hate doing that because sometimes these little side flowers are so pretty and I hate cutting them off. But I do need to get it centered so that it's in the middle. So it's just what I gotta do. I don't know if I got enough off of that side. And I like to get this all set up before I do anything so that it's, yeah, I didn't cut nearly enough off of there, so we gotta come in a little bit more on each side. But I like to get it all set up so that it's going to be the perfect size. When we put it onto the plastic piece. So still not quite enough, but I feel like I didn't cut that line so straight. So and we're almost there. Let's take this one. think I've got it good all the way down. So let's get these out of here. And how do you guys like my background right now? Let me know. I kind of like this one a lot, actually. I think it looks really nice as a background. And then this, let's see, I don't know. I'm going to cut this off here at the bottom. And let's see. And I think I can cut a little bit off the top here. So this way we're trying to get this so that we're cutting as little of the flowers off as possible. So that's going to fit really nicely. And then if we put this here, look at how nicely that's going to cover that. It's going to be beautiful, you guys. I cannot wait. I've been really, really excited to do this one. I just think that these decals are amazing, and I need to order some more of them before I can't get them at all. And that's the thing that always happens. These are Temu, you guys. I got these on Temu. And I can't remember the price off the top of my head. Oops, there's a little piece of fuzz right there. I can't remember the price right off the top of my head, but they were pretty darn reasonable. And I know that, you know, any of this stuff that I get, if I can get it on Temu versus Amazon, they're usually cheaper. So that's going to go just like that. And then we have to pull off the top piece. I'm just going to rub that down really well, make sure it's all stuck before I pull the edges off. And if I can find an edge that I can grab a hold of. These decals, the stickers and even the backing of them stick down really, really, really well, but we don't want to scratch that plastic either, so we want to be careful of how we do this. And we are going to be using a little bit of resin today, you guys. Not a lot, but a little bit. I can't get a hold of it. It's just sort of rolling up and it's not letting me grab a hold of it. There we go. And then when you're peeling this back, try and keep it sort of laid down flat, and it will peel off much, much better and be less likely to leave behind any parts of the images. So you can see that came off really, really well. Just like that. There we go. We don't need that. Okay, so that's what we've got so far. And maybe if I come down just a little bit more, you guys can see a little bit better what we're doing here. Okay, so that's what we've got so far. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take some beautiful, and these don't come out of the base, you guys. I've wiggled and moved it around, or tried to move it around, and it does not come out of the base. So you have to work with these on the base. So just remember that. The round ones, just because they have this, they go off and on. And so yeah, you can take you can take the base off to paint it and all of that good stuff, and then just put it back on when you're done. But it's easier to work with this because you can put it down on a flat surface to add your rhinestones and stuff. So it makes this one a little bit easier to work with when it comes to putting the rhinestones. So this one, when we're doing the rhinestones, what I do is I take my silicone, my little silicone piece that I have here. I cut this piece off of a big mat, and I put it on the edge of my base here. And this poor mat here is, well, it's fine. Okay, so we just put it here on the base. It's just got a little bit of resin sort of stuck in certain areas here. I should have scrubbed it up before I started my video. But that's okay. It'll work just fine. It's still flat where I need it to be. Okay. And I'm just going to line it up on the edge of the table down here. I'm going to lay this down like that so that this, you guys can't even see this. All right, so we're going to back up. Okay, so I'm laying it on the edge. I put the silicone mat here on the edge of my base there. I'm going to flip that over and just set this on the edge of my little, this is my leveling tabletop. So what I've learned is that with this 2mm rhinestone and pearl chain, and I will put a link to this chain, you get it on Amazon. I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over, and I start with the next rhinestone and just kind of go around. And hold it down really tight so that you don't let it pop up and move. Like that. And hold it down and then go down on this side. And we'll get it all the way down to here. And then I'm going to count another 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So those are the ones that'll go under there. And then let me grab my clippers here. Clip that off. And put that out of the way. And then I'm using my Super Glue Fix-All adhesive. I love this stuff, you guys. It works really, really well. And then I always feel good because once I use my resin on the top, I get it off to the edge where the rhinestones are, and I get that added security of the resin that holds those rhinestones on. And actually, what I'm going to do here is I am going to find, let's see, what do I have here? I just need a piece of paper. Okay, I'm just going to use this little piece of paper here and squeeze out some of my adhesive, and I may need more than that, I may need less, but we're going to make sure that it's easy to get to. And we're going to use a toothpick, and I'm just going to start here, and I'm going to go all the way around right now, because once I start putting this rhinestone chain on, I want to get the entire thing on all at once. not in bits and pieces. And you'll find that this adhesive actually, it starts to get sticky pretty quickly. And I'm taking my time. I want to put it on there neatly. Not, you know, I don't want a messy, oozy glue. But anyway, if you were to do this in bits and pieces, your rhinestones probably are not going to sit on as nicely. And yeah, they can kind of slide off a little bit here and there if the stickiness hasn't, you know, gotten on there real good, but that's okay. It will, you know, you'll work with it for a couple of minutes and then it's already, you can see, getting a little more sticky as I'm doing this. So it happens fairly quickly, you guys. So that's why I like this adhesive, and it seems to do the same job as E6000. And I like these little tubes because I tend to forget and sometimes leave stuff open and stuff, so I'm not wasting a whole bunch of my adhesive. And I'm going to start with this first one going in this direction. And I'm going to leave my other 6 just sort of hanging down. So let me turn this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to start right there. Yeah. And we're just going to make sure the rhinestones are pointing straight down, you guys. Don't have them pointing out to the sides. That's a no, because it will not look as pretty. You want to see those pearls and rhinestones in the front. You want to visibly see the beauty that they create. I know a lot of people tend to put them on so that they're facing out, and I don't know why they do that. The only thing you find when you point them down, you need to, when you're figuring out how much you need, you need to make sure that you're wrapping them around it facing the right way, because you need more rhinestones when they're pointing forward like this. I mean, it's only a difference of a couple of rhinestones, maybe 2 or 3, but it's a difference. And while you can still add some on at the end, and if you mess up, it's no big deal. You'll just add more at the end. You'll add a couple on, you know, just right down in here or whatever. I got a little bit of adhesive on the front of this, which makes me mad because I hate when I do that. I don't even know how I did that, but I can get that off of there, so it's not that big a deal. I just wish I knew how I did that. I was so careful. And then I'm just going to put this under, just like that. Point it down. And there's that side. And same thing over here. And I just take it and put it to the front and then push it back like that. There we go. And you guys can see it's pretty easy. And the more times you do this, the easier it gets, you guys. The first time, yeah, you're going to get frustrated and irritated, and you know, it might, don't let it defeat you, because you will get it, and once you get it, you've got it. It's easy after that. You realize that you're making it harder than it really is, and that's what I did in the beginning. I thought, oh my gosh, this is too hard, I can't do this, and I would get mad at myself, and then I realized it wasn't as hard as I was making it out to be. Gosh, I'm really mad that I got so much on there. I need to grab a piece of a paper towel or something and wipe that off. Hold on, you guys. I'm going to have to put some more adhesive on here, but I've got to get that off of there because it's really on there. Goodness, this is the first time I've had this happen. Of course, I'm doing a video, that's why. Okay, hold on, you guys. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to put the purple one on the round disc. Just so that we have this done. Guys, I don't know that we're going to be able to do both of these today because it can be a little bit time consuming, and I will sort of decide at the last minute when I finish the first one if we will do the second one. So let's just lay this down on there. And that went on there perfectly. Yay. Rub it down. Doesn't take a lot, guys. It'll stick pretty well. Make sure your edge flowers are holding down before you start pulling it back. And there we go. Alright, so there's that one. Super easy peasy. And this one, let's see. Again, we need to put the glue on, and I think on this one, I'm just going to go around the edge with my tip. And this works just as well for me, but for some people, I know some of you prefer to use a toothpick. You can go either way with this. And I did not cut my rhinestones, so that's okay. We'll be all right. This one's going to be a little bit easier because it's going to lay flat onto the table, so it'll be easier for me to get the rhinestones on there and get them to lay perfectly. Try not to get your hands in the glue and sort of like spread it around, because that's, I think, what happened with my first one was that I got my fingertips in that adhesive and I messed it up. And the reason I use the silicone mat is because that glue won't stick to the silicone, guys. And so get yourselves a silicone mat if you don't already have one, because I'm telling you, it will help you tremendously. Let's see, I'm trying to get my light just in a place where it's not gonna be in the way. Okay, there we go. So now on this one, I think we will go ahead and we'll use our large rhinestone chain, because why not? So that you can see the way each one works. And this goes on really well too. And you can decide, do you want it close together or far apart? This one, my other one, I pulled them apart, but on this one, I think we're gonna just push those rhinestones right up next to each other, just like that. Again, the rhinestones are pointing down. Now these rhinestones are a little bit heavier, so the need for the resin is a little greater with these, although not completely. It's not, if you don't do resin or you don't have the resin, it's okay. You can still use these rhinestones. Don't panic. You just might need to add, you know, a little bit of glue here and there, like towards the back of the piece, on the back of the piece, I should say, to hold them down real well. But again, I'm pushing these right up close to that plastic so that I know it's touching that plastic all the way around. There's a little, okay, don't need that. And let's pull this over to this side a little bit so that it's easier to work with. These are both going to be gorgeous, you guys. Absolutely gorgeous. And I wanted to get the rhinestones on these before I put any of these metal embellishments or trims so that they can kind of sit over the top of the rhinestones. And let's see, I think that's where we're going to be cutting it, right at that rhinestone. And we'll get that one out of the way. Got some really cool mica powders from my friend Sherry as well, you guys. Or a jar of mica powder, and it's like a pearly, diamondy, more of like a diamond sparkle. And I used some on this butterfly. I think you can kind of see it. See how it sparkles? And it's just, you just use a very little bit of it, but it just adds that sparkle. It doesn't take away from the colors. It just adds that sparkle. I thought it was really pretty on the flag butterfly. I need to add some adhesive to this one in a couple of spots where it didn't glue together, and I'm going to press them together with my little paper clips. I'm doing that to all of them now, because some of them want to pull apart at the tips or the edges. So that way I know they're going to stick together. Now this, I kind of want to leave it sit there for just a minute, just to let that glue settle and get really sticky so that they don't come off. These, it doesn't take much because they're lightweight and they're not going to be heavy and want to fall off. But on the big one, on the big ones, it's just a little bit, you know, this feels like it's not even, I don't know, maybe it is the adhesive. I don't know. I feel upset that that happened. I'm going to try and scrape it a little bit and see if that gets it off of there. It seems to be on the back side, but it just doesn't seem to want to come off. It doesn't seem to want to fix, but that's okay. I will just put something in that corner. You know, I can use that corner for my butterfly or whatever I decide to put there, and just it'll be covered up. So, or maybe I'll take a rhinestone piece or something that might be real pretty to hang on there or to lay on there. So we'll figure that one out. That's not a big deal. That sort of thing happens all the time, you guys. You just got to get creative, find creative ways to fix it. I've also got, you know, hold on a second. Okay, you guys, so this one's ready. Look at how gorgeous that is. Can you believe how amazing that looks? Oh my goodness. You guys have to get some of these decals. I'm telling you, you have to get some. They're just amazing. And the circles are a bit bigger than the squares are, so you can fill more space on these. And again, these have the white light, these have the blue light. And I love them both. And lit up, they both look amazing. And so, yeah, either one is going to be gorgeous. Now, I did find, I have this chain that Sherry sent me, and it is butterflies and rhinestones. And actually, I cut this off in a different way than I wanted to, so let's do this. I'm going to cut a new piece off of this. And I don't know if this is going to fit or if I have to use the other one, so we'll have to wait and see how this goes. And that one, of course, I don't want to take too much time away from these, so we're going to do this actually, let's see. Yeah, we need a new one. Okay, so let's take this one here and snip it there, and snip this one there. Okay, so we've got this piece, and I've got this one too, so it just depends on how it's going to fit on there or how it would look, but I figure this would be something that could go in that space. Yeah, this is not going to work with the bigger pieces, so we're going to save that because I think we might use that on this one, but this one works fine. We just need the smaller butterfly with a little bit of the rhinestones on the edge there, and that's going to work really great right there in that spot. So what we'll do is, let's see, we've got our glass glitter here. We're going to use a little bit of glass glitter on these, you guys. So I'm going to get that ready, and I will get one of my, yeah, that's a little bit too small. I'll get this little spoon here, and we're going to toss this one in the garbage because it's been in there for years now, I think. Okay, and this is Floracraft Diamond Dust that we're going to use here. I'll put a link to that. We are going to use resin on both of these, and we're going to resin the tops of them and glass glitter them. So this one we're going to do first. I'm going to put my gloves on and we'll get started. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're going to take this pad off of here and we're going to put it on my plate that's in my UV light, and we are going to just drizzle resin around here. Not too much, don't put too much on, you guys. We just want it to cover the top, and I'm going to grab one of my brushes here. And move that resin around to the edges. Just sort of paint it on. It's dripping through. Oh goodness. Hold on, you guys. I'm trying to get it off of the edges here because it's dripping and going through the cracks. I think I got a little bit more resin on there than I had planned, so, and silly me, looking for other things while I'm trying to do one thing, trying to do another. That's what I do. Try and do one thing at a time, you guys. Okay. I've got that on there. I need to get my paper towel and go along the bottom here in case there's any resin sort of dripping out of there. I don't see any. And I'm looking at this under my light, and then I'm going to just sort of brush the resin over where I see it just kind of isn't as filled in as the other parts. And then I'm going to take my torch. Oh my word, Carol. I moved my box with my torch. Hold on. Okay, that was quick. Okay. I'm going to use my little torch here. I'm going to pop any bubbles that might be on the top of that resin. And I'm going to take my little spoon and very gently sprinkle some glass glitter right kind of over the flowers mostly. And if it goes outside of the line of the flowers, that's okay. No stress, no worries. It's just fine. But mostly on the flowers. Just to give them that extra sparkle. And if it goes on the clear part, it actually looks really pretty on the clear part as well. So you can see, we've got a nice amount of glass glitter on there. And I'm going to pop that under my light for a minute. Real quick on the top half. And then I'm going to take my little silicone pad. And I'm actually going to take that out of my lamp here. And I'm going to turn the bottom portion of my lamp on as well. So that it's curing on both sides. And I'm going to gently get under it here. And find the button, and there we go. And I'm just holding it under there for just a minute so that none of this is dripping. It's not like laying down and dripping all over everything. So there, now I've got it propped up and we'll let that finish curing. Now we're going to do the round one. I dropped a couple of drops of resin on that, but I can feel it on the round one that it definitely needs a little more support from the resin because of the heaviness of these rhinestones. And once that resin sort of gets in there a little bit, we'll also probably resin the back side of this one. Just because I feel like it will make those rhinestones stay a little bit better. So we're just going to gently, need a little bit more resin on this one. One, because it has a bumpier surface. So I want a little bit thicker layer of resin to cover those bumps because I don't really want that bumpy look. And obviously it's a little bit bigger. So just do that. Get our brush, and this time I just want it to, I'm gonna like brush it to the edges of those rhinestones. Just a little bit, not so that it's dripping through, but just so that there's a little bit hitting each one of those rhinestones. And the resin will not make your rhinestones look ugly, you guys. It really doesn't affect them if you hit those rhinestones with a little bit of resin. Most of the time, it just kind of melts into the look of the rhinestone. So it's not a problem if it touches those rhinestones, so don't worry about that. See this end, it kind of started to drip down. I mean, not dripping out, but started to pool at that end of it because I had my hand sort of tilted. So just watch how you're holding it. You guys, none of us are perfect. Remember that. Don't try to be perfect. I mean, do your best, obviously, but if it's not exactly going easily, that's okay. You're going to get it looking perfect in the end. You can always add another layer of resin if you have to, for some reason, if you feel like you didn't get enough or it needs that extra protection or whatever. You can always add more on top. Or if you want to dome it a little bit more, you can do that. Because doming anything like this always makes it look better. And I'm just going to kind of hold it like this a little bit to kind of get that resin flowing in that direction. And I'm going to torch it a little bit. And pop any bubbles that I see. And we're going to get some glass glitter, and we're going to glitter this gal up too, because she requires glitter. I think she needs it. Look at that beautiful, beautiful floral print on this. I just love these decals so much, you guys. You have to get some. I'm gonna start, I'm gonna get myself into the partners program so that I can add the links to the stuff that I'm using. You guys can just use those links, and then I can maybe start earning a little bit more by doing that. Which would be helpful to me to be able to retire. And we're going to pop that one up under the light now. And get the bottom one. And we're going to let that one sit and cure. Whoopsies, whoopsies. I didn't mean to do that. I knocked it over. Sorry. Okay, there. So this is done. This one's all set. Look at that. Is that not the most beautiful thing ever? Look at that. Look at the sparkle from that glass glitter. It's just amazing. I just have always loved glass glitter. I have always, always loved it. Now we're going to also add a little bit of resin into our corner here, where we're going to add this beautiful little butterfly. And so I'm going to add a little bit of resin right there. Don't need a lot, just a little, sort of a dot. Oh, I do need it off to the edges a little bit because those rhinestone pieces need to be resined down as well. So and let me just, I don't know if I got it over far enough on this one. Just like that, just a dot. this one is sort of, there we go. I don't know if I have anything I can put underneath that so that I don't have to stand here and hold it. I'll use one of my little cups here. That'll work, maybe. Oh, it's not tall enough. There we go. Okay, they're both under there. All right, so let me put my diamond dust aside and my torch, and I will be right back. Okay, so next what we're going to do, we're just working on these together here and sort of in unison. So one thing that we want to do is we want to take this piece and I want to add, I don't know if I want these large rhinestones or smaller rhinestones. I'm going to look at it and see. I kind of like the large ones, honestly. This last one has something on it and I don't want to use it. So we're going to go, I think I got some of that adhesive on it. I'm going to cut 2 of these out. Okay, and I'm going to add, I'm going to set this over onto my silicone pad here on my UV resin, UV light, I should say. And pop one there. Try and get them to sit nicely in there. If they won't, then I will have to come up with another plan. Trying to tighten my gloves because, you know, this is why I hate using gloves. Because the fingertips don't fit as tightly as I want them to. I want them to be my finger. And they don't always do that. And then I want a little pearl. So I'm going to put that right in this little center piece. Right there. Don't want to put too much resin on there, I think. Okay, and I'm going to pop that under my lamp. Oops. And of course that little pearl rolled right out of its little thing there. Okay, so we'll get that going. And that's going to go on here. This we're going to really quickly, we're going to add a little bit of glue across here on this. And we're going to pop this butterfly right on top so that we know it's sitting straight the way we want it, and it's going to hang the way we want it and not sideways like it is. Of course. I thought, you know, if I set it down there and set it straight, it's going to be fine. That's okay. It's not like we can't fix it. There. Okay. So we've got that on there, and we're gonna resin that on there as well. So I'm gonna take my resin and just go to the back of the butterfly. And I'm gonna go around those edges right there. And that is going to attach that rhinestone piece. No problem. Okay. So now we've got this piece. And what I want to do is, again, I'm going to take some resin. I know, you guys, I said I wasn't going to use a lot of resin, and I forgot what I was going to do to some of these pieces. I want to make this shine a little bit. I don't want it to be dull, because I feel like I want it to kind of match the whole piece. And it appears as though my brush got some of the UV light on it, so it's not soft anymore, which bums me out. But that's okay. I can still use it for this purpose. I'm just going around the whole thing and just making sure it's all got that resin over it. And I can see where I got a little bit of resin. Right in here that I need to cut out. There we go. Pop it in. Turn the light on and wipe my fingers. And we can take this out now because it's resined on. And I mean, that's gorgeous just the way it is, honestly. But I did want to add this purple, this bit of purple in here. And I'm wondering if I put it on her body here and just let it hang in the middle. I think that's going to be gorgeous. Just like that. And maybe pop this little piece of gold sort of under the beads. So that it hangs sort of behind it. Maybe we'll just lay that down. And then lay that on top. Like that. And we're going to pop some resin in the middle here, just kind of attaching that on. And let me see, I've got some of my porcelain flowers here. I'm going to see if I have a nice little purple one that we can use to sort of go right in the middle of that. Like that. I think that's the smallest of the purple ones that I have. I've got that's a white one though. And a little pink one we could add to it if we wanted to, because there is some pink in there, but I think we might be putting too much in there if we do that. Yeah, I just don't think there's a need for another flower in there. Okay, so let's get this on there and pop a little more resin in around that flower. Like that. And the way we're going to do this one now is to take the top of the lamp off, and we're just going to pop it right over the top of that. And that's the beauty of being able to take that off and move it around. And this is ready. So this piece we're going to put right at the top of this one. And look at how beautiful that looks. It's gorgeous. Just gorgeous, you guys. So let me put a little bit of resin here and along the top. And I think I should probably add a little bit more glass glitter here at the top, just so that that resin sort of fades in. To the whole thing. So I'm going to hold this under my lamp, hold that on there for a minute, and get that resined on, and then we will work with figuring out what embellishment we're going to put at the top of this one. I wish I had another red butterfly, but I do not. So I have to go in another direction with that. The only thing I have is those flag ones, and I'm not going to use a flag butterfly on that. Now this one, okay, we've got that all resined on, and look at how beautiful that looks. Absolutely gorgeous. I love it. I love this butterfly so much. And I love these blue ones too. I'm working on these, getting them dried and ready to resin, but these blue ones are gorgeous as well. So now, where is this beautiful butterfly gonna go? I don't know if I want to put it towards the top. I kind of always like them at the top, just so that they can just kind of hang down and do their thing like that. But this one would be pretty if it was just hanging sort of in the middle as well. Look at that. I mean, I could even have it just hanging straight up and down. And I honestly think that looks gorgeous. Straight up and down. And then you've got all the flowers, the spray of flowers kind of coming up around it. Let's see. And that would make this one a little bit different too, right? Yeah, I think we're going to do that. So the way that I'm going to do that, we've got that on this one. I'm going to remove my pad. I'm going to put resin right here in the middle. And I'm going to kind of lay this flat, put my butterfly on there. And I want to turn on the bottom of my lamp as well. So I've got my clear pad here. In my UV light, so that way the resin or the UV lamp can cure it on both sides. And hopefully I got that butterfly sitting in the resin right, because sometimes with these with the rhinestone piece, it's got a piece of chain on the back side of it, and it kind of wants to not sit right. I think I got it, so I think it's seems to be holding on straight. So okay, so we have this, and we have this gorgeous earring. I'm gonna snip the post off of this. I hope this video is not too long for you guys. So much for taking the advice of my subscriber. I guess I'm not doing it today. But I'm not talking a lot, really. I'm just have a lot to do on this piece. Now, I'm thinking maybe to put this sort of right here. You know what? I need to cut off this little piece right here, because it's just not going to go very well. And the bow's going to have a little loop on it, but that's okay. And that's how I want that to be. And I can either hang this here, or I can hang it up here. We'll have to see. So let me get a little bit of little dot of resin in the middle there, and we're going to hold that under our lamp. And that did not work. Okay. I had a feeling that wasn't gonna be enough. This is the rough part, because you guys aren't seeing what I'm doing. I'm just holding this up onto that piece of rhinestone so that it can sit under that light and actually stick like that. So now I'm going to lay it down and let it finish curing while I pull this one out. And it turned a little bit. That's okay. That's actually just fine. Okay. No, it doesn't feel fine. It feels off, and I don't know if I've got too much resin on there to pop this off. I don't want to break it. It's not worth it to me. It's not that off. Just a little tiny bit. Turned a little bit. You can see how it's kind of turned just a little bit. This is holding it straight up and down. Part of me wishes I had just put it up at the top like I always do. I don't know why I did that. And that is on there really well. So we are what we are. Okay. Let's see. Now, maybe what we'll do is we'll add I think that makes too much up there. Okay. What I was planning on doing was I was planning on using this one behind this, and this might actually make the whole thing look much better. Just got to make sure that I get this on there perfectly straight, or I will be in trouble. Okay, so that's good there. We need to hold it down and get our resin onto a couple of spots here. And I'm just going to get that side real quick before I put resin on the other side. That way I know it's not going to move. Always try and get one side, if you have to hold something down, try and get one side on there and get it at least secured somewhat under the UV light before you do the other side, because then you won't have to move it around or touch it or worry about it slipping and getting out of place or what have you. It'll be all set. Okay, and now I'm going to pop that under the light. And we've got this. Don't want that by the light. And I think let's see, that looks pretty over there. Looks pretty on there, but I'm afraid if I was to put it there, it's got too much poking out there, and I'm afraid if I was to put it there, it's going to end up falling off because it's going to be touched too often. And honestly, I don't like the way that's sitting on there at all. I don't like it. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to find the other bow. And we're going to snip off the earpiece. I'm not going to break it. I'm just snipping it off, and I'll save that for making a pair of earrings another time. And I think, because that's not so heavy or overpowering. It looks pretty hanging there. And let's see. Looks pretty hanging there as well. Although, honestly, here's what we're going to do. Okay. I think we're going to put the bow right here in the middle of that. And I think that looks pretty. I don't know, you guys. I'm not happy. I'm not feeling happy. I'm not feeling it. I can put this little blue butterfly, and it's okay that it's blue. That doesn't bother me at all. It's just a butterfly. And I think that looks pretty. I've also got that's way too big. Okay, you guys, I think I got it all figured out. Okay, we are going to resin this little flower in the middle here. We're not going to use the pearl. The pearl just didn't do enough for it. So we are going to resin this little pretty white flower right in the center of that filigree piece. I'm going to pop that under the UV lamp. If we can get it in there, make sure it's centered and stays in the center. And we're going to set that down right there. Okay, and then this piece, we've got these flowers that are going to go on here. And the way that I'm going to do it is I'm going to put, I want them to kind of come up over the edge, up over the rhinestones. And we're going to use a few different kinds of flowers, pinks, purples. And we're going to go from here, and we're just going to work our way around a little bit here to something like that. So I'm going to use glue to do this first, and then we'll just pop resin on there. So the first one I'm going to start with, I want to make sure my leaf is kind of going up, so I'm going to put glue here and here. And we're going to let it glue onto the rhinestones, just like that. This one's going to go to this side. And we're going to pop it just like that. And then this one, and then this little purple one, and this one, I think, let's see, where are we going to have you go? And then I've got some little tiny ones that I might put into a couple of spots there too, just to get them those spots filled in. So let me grab some of my little tiny ones. One, two, three. There's some of my really tiny ones. Uh-oh. If you drop these on the floor somewhere in this craft room right now, you will lose them forever. I'm going to put a little dot of glue right there, and we're going to pop this one right in there. Uh-oh. Is she going to fit? Of course not. I have to put a narrower one. Darn it. You know that glue's already dried by now. Of course it is. How about if I go with this little teeny tiny one and just push it in there. There you go. You look so pretty. Okay. And then right here, let's see. It always helps to test it first. I've got another little tiny white one. This one has a little bit of blue in it, but that's okay. I hope I'm not getting my head in the camera, you guys. I really do. I tend to do that sometimes, and I make myself so mad because it's not attractive. Not at all. I think I'm going to put this one here. Yes. I like that there. And I want this one here. Yes. Thank you. And maybe put that one right there. Let's get some glue right there. And these two, I was just going to try and get some resin in there and get them to stay. And maybe one more little blue one right over here. I kind of like that little bit of blue. But every time I touch this thing, those other ones come popping out because I haven't put any resin behind them. Okay. So, you go there, you go there, and I'm going to put some resin in for you. Oh my goodness. And then I'm also going to be brushing resin over the tops of these flowers, you guys, just so that you know. They're not just going to have some resin kind of poured over them and look shiny in some spots and not in others. They're going to be painted over with resin. But for now, we're just going to leave what resin is there. Let's see, maybe we could even just kind of get some of it and go over them a little bit. This might work out. Because I don't need a lot. I just need a little bit to just kind of shine them up just a little bit. And just having that little bit to dip into seems like it might be enough. I'm gonna have to add a little bit over here because this is a big flower. Okay, now you get in your little hole. And if you'll stay there, we'll be all happy. Look at that. Look how pretty that looks. You get in your hole. And drop a little more resin in there. There we go. I think we've got it, you guys. And we're going to pop this one out. Bring this one in. And we need to, this is going to be a very, very simple nightlight. Like, it is not what I intended it to be at all. And I don't know if I'm happy or sad about that. I'm not sure. I'm kind of on the table about this one. Because it's in no means what I thought it was going to be. By no means. And I don't know, honestly. I've just got to drop a little bit of resin right here at the top of that. I don't know how I'm going to get it in that light. There we go. Okay, so you guys might have missed a little bit of the last part of this video, and for that I do apologize. I somehow cut a little piece of it out, and I don't know what I did, but I got it messed up. So, but you saw the vast majority of everything that went into this. You might have missed the bow going on to this one, but I don't think you missed too much on that. These turned out absolutely gorgeous. I'm thrilled to death with the final pieces, and I hope you guys are too. Look at that, how gorgeous that turned out. And let me go ahead and I will pop up. I've got some resin stuck to my hands, and I know this paper towel has got like so much stuff on it already. I don't think it's going to be real great, but let's get what I can wiped off of my hands. Don't forget, you guys, we're going to be doing, I'm going to try, I may even do it tonight. It's 11 o'clock right now, but I'm thinking about doing another video just to get it done so that I have one to put up on Sunday, although I can work on one tomorrow as well, but I'd like to get one done. I'd like to get 5 done if I could. But as you can see from this video, it took me a lot longer than I expected it to take. And I'm bummed about that because I really did think I was going to be able to make this a shorter video. But it didn't work out again. And for that, I do apologize. I try not to apologize for the length of my videos too much, but I do know I have one subby that's not going to be thrilled. And for that, I am sorry. I really planned on doing this a little bit better this time. But you guys, my brain right now is not in the best of places. So, with Jeff having had his stroke, I'm in 100 places at any given time and deep in thought about a lot of things. So, anyway, hopefully it's not too bad. But anyway, here you go, guys. This is what I have for you. These are the ones that I've completed. And then, of course, I still have these couple here that I have to finish. This one I'm really excited to finish because I think it's going to be super cute. I'm going to paint one of these bows white, and I'm going to use one of these somewhere on this one for sure. It's got the cute little bow here. I could replace that with this one, but I will probably leave that alone and maybe either put it down here or, you know, somewhere up, you know, in the corner or something on here. But I have a few of these gold bows that I'm gonna spray paint white, but I really can't wait to do this one because don't you think that's gonna be gorgeous? And I'll try and get it done, and I will definitely display it on another video because I'm gonna try and get this. It's Friday night right now. I'm gonna try and get this video up tomorrow morning. So I don't think I'm going to get those done tonight. So this is what we got, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please don't forget those comments and thumbs ups. I really can use them. There we go. Let's pan out just a little bit. And let me know what you think, you guys. I hope you guys will go out to your local Dollar Tree and get some Nightlights and give it a shot. And again, I will put some pictures on the back end that show these lit up. The only thing is as much as I want you to see exactly what they look like, when you take pictures, especially of these square ones with that blue light, the pictures don't do them justice at all, because it looks so blue that it's like, it's crazy, but the light is not as blue as it shows up in photos. Again, I tried my best to do the best photos I could and to keep the room lit up a little bit more so that it wouldn't be so bright blue, but it was still difficult to get a really good picture. So anyway, thumbs ups, you guys, comments, shares. Don't forget, we are going to be doing the doggy videos. I cannot wait to do that, and that's actually the next one that I want to do because I want to show you guys how fun, super fun, these little love bugs are to make. They are just too adorable for words. So stick around for that. I'm going to try and get that done. If I do a video tonight, that's the one I'm going to do. So thanks a lot, guys. Be safe, be well. Take care of your family. Make sure you keep in touch. Love them, hug them, squeeze them, kiss them as often as you can. And God bless each and every one of you. Love you guys. Bye-bye. Stay tuned for pictures on the back end.